What if a Hollywood legend, known for his icy intensity on screen, was once a troubled kid from the Bronx battling poverty, rejection, and betrayal? Today, we explore the breathtaking, unpredictable journey of a man who went from the grit of inner-city struggles to commanding the stage and screen, with triumphs and devastating falls along the way. Born in East Harlem and raised in the South Bronx, our subject's early life was steeped in hardship. With parents separated at a tender age and a childhood filled with poverty, rejection in school, and early brushes with the wrong crowd, every setback softened his resolve rather than breaking it. Even as he dabbled in baseball, he was irresistibly drawn to the theater. His mother's frequent visits to the cinema sparked a passion that led him to drop school and immerse himself in acting. Struggling against a tide of rejections, every role, no matter how small, became a stepping stone to his future stardom. A breakthrough role in a modest-stage production opened the doors of Hollywood. With raw, magnetic performances in seminal projects like The Godfather and other gritty dramas, he transformed from an overlooked talent into one of cinema's most compelling forces. His method acting and controlled intensity created performances that resonated with audiences worldwide. As a star ascended, so did the dramatic twists in his career. Humble beginnings and early struggles. Alfredo James Pacino, known to the world as Al Pacino, was born on April 25, 1940, in the bustling neighborhood of East Harlem, New York City. He was raised in a challenging environment, where his parents, Rose and Salvatore, separated when he was just 2 years old. This early disruption would set the tone for a tumultuous upbringing. Young Pacino lived with his mother in the South Bronx, where they often faced financial hardships. Growing up in a single-parent household, Al was frequently confronted with the harsh realities of life. His mother worked tirelessly to provide, yet the struggles were unrelenting. The neighborhood was rife with challenges. Crime was rampant, and opportunities were scarce. Al's youth was marked by a sense of restlessness, trying to navigate a world that often seemed stacked against him. School did not come easy to him, as he frequently found himself caught up in fights and skipping classes. He resorted to stealing food when times were tough, creating a complicated relationship with survival. Dreams of being a baseball player flickered as he realized his true passion lay in acting. The arts became his refuge, a way to escape the difficulties he faced daily. His mother often took him to the theater, igniting a spark that would ultimately guide him toward a different life. By the time he reached his teenage years, he was captivated by acting, setting his sights on the performing arts as his way out of his turbulent surroundings. It was through this dream that he began to fight against the odds, determined to rise above his humble beginnings and carve a space for himself in a world where success seemed almost unattainable. Finding solace in the arts. As he navigated the struggles of life in the Bronx, Pacino found himself captivated by the world of theater and film. It began with simple visits to the local theater, where each performance transported him far beyond the rough streets he called home. The allure of storytelling became his refuge, a way to escape his realities and immerse himself in the lives of characters who faced trials of their own. Movies, in particular, represented not just entertainment, but a form of salvation. Through acting, he discovered a means to express the full spectrum of human emotion. This passion ignited a fire within him, compelling him to pursue a career in the arts. Despite a turbulent childhood and struggles in school, he was drawn to the stage, where he could channel his tumultuous experiences into powerful performances. Early on, failure after failure at auditions could have discouraged him, but instead, each rejection only fueled his determination to succeed. He immersed himself in various acting techniques, becoming a student of the craft, often rehearsing day and night. The thrill of performing allowed him to forget his burdens, even if just for a little while. It was in those dimly lit theaters, performing in front of small audiences, that he not only honed his skills, but also began to forge his identity. The integral bond formed with the art of acting provided him with a sense of purpose and direction, one that would ultimately help him conquer the many challenges ahead. This solace not only shaped his approach to acting, but also laid the foundation for a career that would lead to extraordinary heights, forever changing cinematic history. The breakthrough and rise to icon status. His breakthrough came unexpectedly when he snagged a role in the off-Broadway play The Indian Wants the Bronx, which opened the door to opportunities he had only dreamed of. Critics took notice, and film executives began to seek him out. This would launch him into a string of powerful performances. Just a few weeks after his stage success, he landed the role of Michael Corleone in The Godfather, a role that would forever change the course of his career. From an unknown actor, he transformed into a household name. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, this film became an iconic portrayal of the American Mafia, and his performance stood out. Critics praised his ability to embody the conflicted character, showing Michael's transformation from reluctant outsider to ruthless mafia boss. The film's premiere in 1972 generated an overwhelming response, topped the box office, and solidified his position in Hollywood. Following this success, he continued to take on challenging roles, each showing a different facet of his acting range. Films like Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon showcased his raw talent, exposing audiences to gripping narratives of crime and morality. He pushed boundaries, diving deep into emotionally charged performances that left audiences in awe. Each project propelled him further into stardom, where he became not just an actor, but a cultural icon. His intense dedication to his craft, combined with a fearless approach to each role, established him as a leading figure in Hollywood. Audiences were captivated, and he set a new standard for acting, where vulnerability and strength converged. This rise to fame was not merely about success. It was a quest to redefine both himself and the cinematic landscape. Flashes of brilliance and star controversies. As Al Pacino rose to prominence in Hollywood, his journey was marked by breathtaking flashes of brilliance and star controversies, signifying both his extraordinary talent and the risks of fame. From his iconic role as Michael Corleone in The Godfather, where he cemented his status as a leading man, to gripping performances that pushed the envelope of storytelling, his artistry captivated audiences worldwide. Yet, not all was smooth sailing. Certain projects, such as Cruising, sparked intense backlash and protests, as LGBTQ+ activists expressed concern over the film's portrayal of their community. Critics argued that the film perpetuated harmful stereotypes and raised questions about representation in Hollywood, leading to a storm of controversy that followed its release. The inside of a film might not have matched its intended impact, leading Pacino to reflect on this decision with regret in later years. Despite these challenges, Pacino's ability to convey deep emotion and vulnerability continued to shine, as seen in roles like Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon, where his nuanced performances shed light on societal issues even amidst the turmoil surrounding them. His willingness to take on complex characters, often overshadowed by controversy, mirrored the inherent struggles within the human experience. Thus, amidst his accolades and achievements, his career epitomized a dance between brilliance and the darker realities of Hollywood life. In navigating these tumultuous waters, he not only portrayed legendary characters, but also raised significant questions about the artist's responsibility, challenging viewers to grapple with the implications of their stories and opening a dialogue about morality in cinematic storytelling. Betrayals, lavish lifestyles, and financial catastrophe. Behind the glitz and glam of Hollywood lies a darker story of betrayals, lavish lifestyles, and devastating financial catastrophes. Despite his immense talent, The iconic actor found himself ensnared in a web of trust and betrayal that would ultimately threaten his fortune. In his earlier years, he had placed his financial destiny in the hands of a trusted advisor, only to discover that this man, Kenneth Starr, was running a Ponzi scheme. Starr manipulated funds, redirecting money into schemes that had nothing to do with the star's investments. And when the truth emerged, it devastated the actor, who had lost a staggering $50 million overnight, a sum that could have secured his legacy for generations to come. Meanwhile, the actor had also fallen into the familiar trap of Hollywood excess. His lifestyle was marked by extravagant spending, from luxurious homes that were often rented rather than owned, to supporting a lavish lifestyle for his partners, all while juggling the pressures of maintaining his public persona. Spending $400,000 annually on landscaping properties he never lived in, alongside other extravagant debts, only intensified his financial woes. Yet, amid the financial chaos, he continued to embrace roles that he never envisioned himself taking. These decisions were born out of necessity, fueling public speculation and scrutiny as he was seemingly forced to abandon his dignity to stay afloat. Unfortunately, the financial mismanagement did not break him, but rather, it exposed the vulnerabilities inherent in fame and fortune, highlighting the staggering cost of a life lived in the spotlight. Dark nights, near-death encounters, and inner demons. The glitz of Hollywood often masks darker realities, and for our star, the shadows loomed large. Over the years, he faced battles that were not captured on the silver screen, but felt deeply in his soul. Chronic insomnia followed him like a phantom, turning silent nights into an unfathomable struggle, hours lost in thoughts racing through his mind, rendering sleep elusive and exhaustion palpable. He often lay awake until the first light of dawn, trapped in mental loops that blurred the lines between dreams and reality. When the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the globe, it was another dark chapter that tested his spirit. Falling victim to the virus, he experienced fever, dehydration, and, eventually, a terrifying loss of consciousness. For moments, there was nothing. He found himself on the precipice between life and death. Paramedics, clad in full protective gear, fought to bring him back, battling against time and fear. When he finally awoke, surrounded by faces hidden behind masks, the surreal nature of his experience hit hard. He described it as a void. You're here, you're not. You don't even have your memories. You have nothing. These moments of near death were not merely physical. They forced a reckoning with his past choices, his life's meaning, and what lay beyond. Each brush with mortality reshaped his perspective. He vowed, after suffering through such trials, to take better care of himself and cherish the time spent with his loved ones. Despite the demons that lurked in the shadows, threatening to overtake him, he emerged with renewed determination. The highs of his career and the lows of personal turmoil created a narrative that spoke to the essence of human resilience. The resilient comeback and reinvention. In the world of Hollywood, few stories are as compelling as that of a star who fell from grace, only to rise once again, like a phoenix from the ashes. His journey through the depths of despair, financial ruin, and personal heartbreak stands as a testament to the indomitable human spirit. After facing a series of crushing setbacks, including betrayal from a trusted advisor and the loss of his fortune, he found himself at a crossroads, which many might have thought signaled the end of his career. However, for him, it was merely the beginning of another chapter. The resilience he displayed in the face of adversity is awe-inspiring. Instead of retreating from the public eye, he doubled down, venturing into roles that challenged him and delved deeper into his craft. Scarface became a defining moment in his comeback, showcasing his ability to internalize and convey raw emotion. With each new project, he not only regained the respect of his peers, but also the connection with audiences. His willingness to take risks, pursue diverse genres, and collaborate with visionary directors revitalized his career. Roles in films like Scent of a Woman allowed him to reclaim his place as a leading man in Hollywood, earning him accolades and an Academy Award in the process. Each performance wasn't just acting. It was a cathartic release, a personal triumph over the struggles he faced. Ultimately, this remarkable journey illustrates that the path to success is often fraught with obstacles, but with determination, adaptability, and an unyielding spirit, one can navigate the tumultuous waters of life and emerge even stronger and more impactful than before. Personal relationships and the price of love. Throughout his life, love has played a pivotal role, weaving complex narratives that intertwine with fame and fortune. His relationships, often highlighted by significant age gaps, raised eyebrows and ignited conversations as his love life became as scrutinized as his film career. In many ways, love mirrored his cinematic roles, passionate, intense, yet sometimes fraught with turmoil. One prominent relationship, with the actress Beverly D'Angelo, saw them share twins, a bond that was both joyous and challenging. However, their journey together ended after 6 years, leaving behind reflections of a life lived in the public eye. The birth of his youngest child, Roman, at the age of 83, with Noor Al-Fallah, a film producer, stirred an array of emotions, drawing mixed reactions from fans and critics alike. This relationship, marked by an age difference of 54 years, elicited both admiration and concern. Friends speculated about his priorities and wondered if he was influenced by the interests and expectations of others, including financial implications. Pacino's understanding of love has evolved over time. He shared that while he never felt the need for marriage, fatherhood provided him a sense of purpose, even amid tumultuous romantic tides. Each connection has shaped him, revealing layers of vulnerability beneath his tough exterior. These realizations of love's complexities reach beyond mere affection, serving as reminders of the challenges and sacrifices often hidden behind celebrity facades. Ultimately, the price of love, rich in experiences but also heavy with responsibility, remains a defining element in his storied life. In conclusion, the journey of this Hollywood icon, from a troubled childhood in the Bronx to fame and success, and finally to facing his own mortality, reflects a deeply human experience filled with struggles and triumphs. His story teaches us that behind every glamorous exterior, there are profound battles that often remain hidden from public view. The lessons learned through his ups and downs shed light on resilience, the importance of trust, and the consequences of choices made. Each phase of his life, whether it be his rise to stardom, devastating financial setbacks, or personal relationships fraught with complexity, contributes to a rich tapestry of existence that many can relate to. His ability to overcome challenges, even when they threaten to derail him completely, serves as an inspiration to all. Ultimately, this extraordinary life story is about more than fame. It's about the resilience of the human spirit, the quest for identity, and the enduring power of dreams. The various chapters of his life remind us that every setback can be a setup for a comeback, that we can redefine ourselves time and again. In an industry known for its superficiality, his journey is a powerful testament to authenticity and the relentless pursuit of passion. As we reflect on his legacy, we are reminded to cherish our journeys, learn from our mistakes, and continue striving for our dreams, regardless of the obstacles that may lie ahead, for it is in the journey itself that we truly find ourselves.